Okay, let's see if you labeled your number line correctly with the correct fractions. So I like to first see how many jumps I have, and this helps me find the denominator. So I start all the way at 0, and I make 1 to the next line, and 2 all the way to the 1, and that gives me 2 as my denominator, and I'm going to put that right here, 2. Okay, and then I'm going to pick a different color so I can find the numerator, and I'm going to jump again, but this time I'm going to jump to my blank space. Okay, so I start at 0, and I only make 1 jump because that's the number where we're figuring out our fraction, and so that's 1 jump, and that is our numerator, and our fraction is 1 over 2. We can actually label this with another fraction, so since this is our second jump, that could be 2, and remember our denominator is 2, so that equals 2 over 2, which also is the same as 1. Let's look at our next one. This one looks like it's partitioned into a lot more spaces, so same thing, we'll start here at the 0, and I really, like I said before, I like to make jumps, and this will give us our denominator, our bottom number, so we 1, 2, 3, and keep going line to line, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way to the 1, and that makes it 8. So we have our denominator of 8. That tells us it's been broken up into 8 pieces. Okay, and it also helps me to label the jumps. You don't have to do this, but if it helps you, go ahead. Okay, and let's take the red so we can now find our numerator. Ooh, I forgot to add the denominator at the bottom, so let me do that. 8. Okay, so now we need to find the top number, or our numerator, for each part that's been broken up. So right here, this one falls on the first jump, so that's 1/8. The next one falls on the second, so that's 2/8. And same thing, 3/8. You can guess that would be 4, 5, 6/8, 7, and if you wanted to, you could also show the fraction right here. That 8 out of 8 also equals 1. Our next one, just by looking at it without jumping, I see that it's been partitioned into 1, 2, 3 parts, or you can call those thirds. So let's just make sure we start at the 0. There's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so again, that's our denominator, or the bottom number. It tells us how many parts it's been broken up into or partitioned. So again, I like to label that to tell me where I'm at. It kind of reminds me. And here, I'm going to use that 3. Okay. So the next step is I like to look at the jumps and to see where these points land. And this first one lands on the first jump, the first part. So that's the numerator is 1 over 3, or 1/3. And the next one lands on the second part, which is 2/3. And then the third one, of course, is 3/3, okay, which also equals 1. Okay, and you can see that the number line here is actually, let's use the green, is actually divided up. That's 1/3, 2/3, and then 3/3. So if you put them all together, you get 1 or 3/3.